Hey love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. If you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you feel like you truly resonate with the videos, hey, drop a line, let me know where you're from, and just give me your insight or on the video, and share and give a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. And anybody who's going through some different things, I know we've been going through a lot of transmuting and stuff like that during the 9/9 portal, and I know a lot of us is just you just probably just closing it out, which is congratulations for that. But anyways, go ahead and send you so much, whatever you're getting through to get to, or you just feeling so drained. I'm sending so much love and energy towards your way. Anybody coming in with nefarious vibes, having any kind of evil intent or whatever, I'm not embodying that, claiming it, or even coming in contact with that. I'm just sending it right back to your way. So whatever minor spirits go deaf, whatever evil eye goes blind, and I'm sending that back towards your way 100 times fold. Turn the center, rebuke in the name of Jesus. But I'm also allowing myself to send vibes of healing. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, your footprint leaves the imprint that creates amazing blueprint. It is true. It's like I was saying, you're going through, many changes in your life, seeing the different things that you want to do. You're trying to manifest, you're trying to bring into fruition, staying heavy on your affirmations, your prayers. You always got to stay prayed up, just showing gratitude to so many different things. You're getting hit left and right with different stuff. You're seeing different people catching karma, or you're seeing a lot of people catching dharma. This is that year of the karmic wheel. Whatever we've been putting out, this is what you get back. Because there's a lot of times where we're just, you're empaths, you're going through your things. The energies is being felt from outside sources. The energy is being felt on inside sources. The third eye is like really, all different type of energies was coming in, and some of us is just like, what the hell is going on? Well, why am I feeling this way? I can be happy one minute, depressed the next, ready to fight the next, just all love and light on another minute. And it makes you feel like you got different personalities, and these are the different things that you have left a footprint into your life. Everything holds an imprint on your life, whether it's upgrading yourself, you're loving yourself, being more strategic, and being very picky, being very picky about what you allow yourself to open yourself up to, what you entangle yourself with, even connect. And these are the different things that's taken on into life where sometimes we can be hard on ourselves. It's like, why am I not over these different things? There's different things that just keeps coming up, and I'm just trying to heal from them. And these are the things that's going to keep coming up. And it's just at that point, universe is trying to tell us, there's no more running. You've been holding on to this pain, or you've been holding on to this feeling, or that thought process, or even how you speak, how you look at life, how you look at other people, how you look at yourself. A lot of times, when we have opened our hearts to a lot of things, like I said, when you are a light, we attract so many different things in life. And when you're going through this transition, you may find yourself in solitude a lot. You're not really talking to people you stayed in open line of communication with. It can feel very lonely, but it's just like you're not alone. You got spirits around you, your ancestors, your tiny voices just telling you to keep going. We know it's hard. We know you're just really trying to maintain that balance. But it's just like where I felt like when we go through so many different things, even when stuff that really has triggered us in the past, or really have left a bad or a negative imprint on us, where you may have felt broken, you may have felt like you couldn't overcome these things, but it's giving you that chance to don't fail on yourself. Even when people have failed us, people have left us, people that we would have did anything for, or, you know, you're just not understanding, you know, what's changed. You don't realize you have changed. You know, the atmosphere has changed. Your situation has changed, and you're feeling very detached from, you know, your day-to-day life, and that means it's changing. And, you know, when you're doing that, it can be exciting. It can be scary. But it was just like when I think about the different things that I've gone through, and I see, like, you know what, you put too much power into that, or you put too much focus on certain things, or, you know, hey, you know, nurturing yourself, you know, allowing yourself to feel that feeling. It's okay, you know, becoming very aware with yourself, like, okay, I feel hurt. You know, why do you feel hurt? And you're allowing yourself to speak out. You know, these are the different things that I'm still hurt by. And, you know, and you're breaking it down. It's like you're becoming your own therapist, but this is at that time where it's either going to be a positive or a negative energy. You know, it's just like how, you know, it's just like that negative side. It's like, how you going to forgive this? You know, they didn't apologize to you. They didn't, you know, explain the reason why certain, you know, this happened to you, or universe didn't give you an explanation on why you had to go through that. Everything that we go through in life is applied towards growth. This either can destroy you or this can build you up. There'll be different things that can take place in life where you get pissed off at universe, you get pissed off at God, you know, or you can get pissed off at yourself, because there'll be certain things that you'll go towards and it's just like, dang, why didn't I see that coming? Or, oh, I didn't realize that was a test. And these are the things that, you know, life tests you every day. You know, life will test you every day. You can be in that point in life where I'm just like, you know, I'm taking everything, you know, when I'm taking everything to heart, it means not taking everything to heart where you're allowing these things to affect you, but I'm taking everything to heart where I know I can sit up here and see where I allow myself to hold on to a certain situation or hold on to certain people that my actions, their actions, the actions of the circumstances or situation that may be connected with that person, may have been something that you gave your all to, and it comes to find out you had to be able to go through these emotions. You had to go through different calibers of reality, you know, to be able to understand these are the different things. Like, whatever, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, I said whatever we're lacking in life, you know, universe tends to bring those type of circumstances in our life to teach us, to be able to, you know, show us the right and wrong, you know, the different, you know, people that we should be around, the different things, how we speak towards ourselves, or we place on our person, you know. And it'll be is what you choose to believe was taking place. You know, we don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. You know, you can be able to see this, it's like everything around me is just breaking down, everything is just, you know, running away from me, or everything is just not making sense. But if we allow ourselves to be towards our higher selves, give ourselves that chance, because, you know, you could be that person, and congratulations to anybody who's like that, where you speak negatively about everything that goes on in your life. You're really not seeing no kind of growth. You're not seeing any kind of truth. But even when truth can be brutal, but truth is always going to be what it is. It's true. You know, just like illusion is always going to be illusion, a lie is always going to be a lie. You know, but it's just about how we tend to go about those things. You know, the footprints left that imprint where, you know, either I can change this, or just being able to get to that point where you can see where you even slept on yourself. You know, I got all these potentials. You know, I put, you know, my energy in the most effed up things in life where, you know, or I let things that are not important to, you know, just to stay in my life when it was only supposed to be just a lesson or information I was supposed to download, be able to transmute it and take it to a higher level and just keep moving on. But now this is in your life where, you know, if you've been healing, you've been going through things, even when life has not been constantly giving you lemons. This is showing you can invent whatever you want through that lemon, either through some cleaning solution, either you can have to do exfoliation or anything with your body, the nutrition, or even, you know, make lemonade. You know, this is at that point. This is when, you know, life kicks you, you kick it back. You know how to, you know, I gotta be making sure, like, look, you gotta, you know, you try to clean up your language, but you gotta be able to kick it back. Or, you know, life testing you, show it as study. You know, you showing you study. You had to go through these situations where life will keep repeating to you. These same situations, you will find you in that same situation in every situation you're in. If it's a thing where you're not letting go, you're not detaching, you're not forgiving, you're holding on to, you're trying to force things to be a certain way. And these are the, you're opening yourself up to say, I want the best in life. For me to be able to have the best in life, there's just certain rocky experience I'm going to have to go through. This is how we strengthen ourselves. We can't go through life without having, having a good day every day, or not having mishaps or setbacks every day. Where are you going to know if we have those setbacks and you being redirected? It's taking you towards better. Even if this is something that we thought we wanted, or this was a plan that we took out and thought it was going to be, a certain way, and it ended up going different. Or, different hopes. We don't put our expectations in it, and then it don't go that way. Sometimes God will promise you something, and he will just see, and then he will, switch it up a little bit. And it's not like he lied to you or anything like that. But a lot of times he will put you in predicaments just because he knows our weaknesses. He knows you could be an impulse person, or you allow yourself to react to everything that's going on when it shows you everything don't need to be a reaction to. Sometimes he'll just bring somebody in your life to dismantle everything that's not supposed to be there no more. And just like when you're saying, it feels like my whole life is falling apart. Yes, it is. The old you is falling apart because you're supposed to be using in the new. We have been in this frequency for so long, and it's time for us to level up. And then when we feel like, a lot of times we can take that word as well as the definition of meaning, how we see it, leveling up. Oh, okay, that means everything is good, because a lot of times we can have that mindset, like when you hear the word leveling up, everything goes good at that time. Everything is just gravy, everything butter, Gucci, whatever you want to call it. But then it's just like when you're on that new level, universe wants you to look at the past experiences that you have had, just where your encounters, being everything, within yourself, how you go about life, how you see life, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, how you speak to the world. Are you living in your purpose? Are you trying to find your purpose? A lot of times we don't know where our purpose is at. We can have a passion for something, and then it'll be just for that moment, and you'll be just like, oh, I've lost my thing. I lost my, my thing. It's like, no, you're supposed to experience that for a certain time, but now it's time for you to branch off. You never know. That may be a backseat thing that you can put in your thought pantry, or your life experience. You never know where you're going to have to go back to that, or there'll be certain things that take place into our life that might fall perfectly in place for that. But everything has a reason for, what we go through. You're being in a situation where you're very impatient. Now you having to go through things where you have no choice but to be patient. It'll be times where we can sit up here and feel like, God is not going to bless us until we're all the way perfect. No. And I have to be able to remind myself of that too. No, it's not the fact you being perfect, but he wants you to see where your faith lies at, where your beliefs are. Are you listening to the enemy? Are you, indulging with what the devil, wants you to do? Because it's just like, when you see the devil and God got like a little agreement, that goes on, even, when he just need to be just cut out the whole, thing anyway. But, that'll probably just, it takes off the balance, within life. You can't have life without dark. You can't have black without white. And you can't have good without bad. You can't have luck and blessings and, all type of prosperity or abundance without having some kind of setback, loss, failure, or misfortune. These are the different things we go through in life. I have to remind myself all the time, and I say it all the time. If you did not go through the things you've gone through, you would never know if you're on the right path, or you doing the right decisions, or these the right people I need to go, need to be around, or these are different connections that I need to stay in tune with. A lot of things in our lives, we have to be able to tell ourselves that too. A lot of things in our lives have expiration dates. People coming into our lives for a reason or a season. You are the root, you are the tree, but then there's different things that's going on, into that, the different veins that go through the tree, the sap that comes out of it, the leaves, the branches, these are all the different things of life. We are life, we are the universe, and you go through these different things in life, and it chooses, when you choose to do the thing on moving forward, which is a very brave and courageous thing to do. As I said before, congratulations. You know, when we move and we don't know where we're going, it can be very exciting. It can bring intense anxiety. It can be very scary. But these are the different things where you can just give yourself a pat on the back because you're doing something brave. You know, we're coming more out of less judgment. Judgment of ourselves is judgment of others. You have to come into reality and of acceptance of different things. You know, there are certain things where you can say, you know, hey, that person ain't gonna never sit still. But that's that type of person that's always trying to bring more to the table into their life because they're building on something. It's just like they can't be at a life where it's comfortable and this and this and that. They may want to bring more into it. Universe is saying, they're calling you, hey, this is your purpose, but I want you to be able to expand it. This is the different things I place you in certain experiences for you to be that storyteller, you to be that leader, you would be an ambassador, for be able to do different things. There's so many people that are going through different things in life and don't know how they're going to heal from things, don't know how they're going to be able to accept certain things, how they're going to have to base reality on things being it is what it is. Let me allow myself to keep going. Certain tragedies will take place in our lives to open up some kind of blessing in disguise. You know, a lot of times it's hard for us to see our losses, where it could be a death of a loved one, homelessness, divorce, you know, losing a pet, you know, you know, all these different things open up to reality where these experiences created something within you. You know, your experience and your knowledge of what you allowed yourself to be open to, of allowing yourself to be taught. You know, we're all students and teachers on our path. You're teaching other people different things that you have learned throughout your life. You're highlighting a lot of things that people may not, you know, have any clue of. You know, they're going through different changes. They're having different feelings. You know, certain things they're becoming more prone to being sensitive from, you know, because your gift switches are popping on. There's a lot of different things where, you know, where you may have not been going through your intuition or intuitive. Now it's like you're allowing yourself to not fight that resistance, you know, because there's a lot of times we wreak havoc in our life all because what we choose to not, you know, what we choose to ignore, what we choose to change, you know, what we choose to heal from, what we choose to hold on to, what we choose to not let go from. I don't know if I said that, but I'm gonna say it again, you know. And I learn these different things in life, you know, where I have to be gentle with myself. You know, there will be a lot of times where I get frustrated because certain things in my life that has taken place or is continually to take place could have bothered me at one time. But then it's just like, these are the different things that take place in life. You don't know how the story ends. You don't know how anything unfolds, regardless of what the devil say, regardless of what the enemy say, regardless of what your circumstances or situations say. It can change at any time. You know, God flips stuff at the last minute. You know, when we be thinking, oh, it's all late, you know, you don't know what his plans lead to. You know, a lot of time that's supposed to place confusion in your life, but it's all about what we choose to believe. You know, I have these conversations with myself a lot. You know, I say to myself, you know, I used to be a person where I had to be in large groups to make me feel like something. And now even with myself, I know I'm still something. I'm still, you know, even though I may be a dot in this world, but I'm impacted in a certain way with me being in my truth. I'll be honest with myself. There'll be certain times, you know, I'll be hard on myself about certain things that take place in my life. But then it's just like, you got to be gentle. Even when other people ain't gentle towards you, you got to be gentle towards yourself. Even when people ain't showing you love, you show love to yourself. You know, a lot of times it can be very lonely on the path we're on. But it'll be just like, you have to be in that, you know, in that mindset, like, if I don't have that many people around me, you know, maybe their connection has expired with me. Or maybe there are certain things that God and universe and my ancestors see that I didn't see, and they took them out for my best benefit. They were redirecting you. A lot of times we can be hurt, like, why you take these people out of my life? I needed that person. I need that. You need you. You know, and a lot of times it's hard to do that compared to whatever circumstances it is for that person not being there. So I know, I get it. You know, when you got to go through, even when people do not pass away, you're going through a grief period where you're going through you know, you're getting out of your pride. You're killing that ego off. You're going through a lot of dark night of the soul, and these things are not easy to be able to face. You know, you were really, I mean, things have really been getting intensified, or there'll be certain things that you forgot all about, and they'll come up like, God, why are you reminding me of that? I was good to you, you know. No, because it was in the cracks and the crevices, and I needed you to be able to release that. We got so many beautiful things we want into your life, and I know this may have cut you deep. This could have hurt you deep. But these are the different things that don't ever take place in life where, you know, we paying for different things that we have gone through. You had to go through a certain experience, even when you have done things unconsciously as well as subconsciously. You know, if you've gone through different things, and you may have got away with certain things into your life, and all of a sudden how you know, karma and how, you know, laws of attraction work. You know, you come in and now you be on the receiving end of some stuff that you put out that you thought you were good with. Like, oh shoot, you know, God, trust me, God keep a tally for everything that we do. Either you add points on to the dharma that you coming through because you doing your best. He know it's not easy to go day by day, especially if he don't sit up here and test nobody he don't use. And I had to be able to know that that mess hit different when you say it. It's like, say it to you again so the people in the back can hear. He doesn't test nobody he don't intend to use. We go through the worst in life. It's like it ain't about somebody stepping on the J's or putting, you know, or you waiting for something to come in the mail and it's just not coming when you thought it was. You going through some real hard stuff. And there'll be times in life where it just feels like you cannot get that dark circle from over your head, that dark cloud from over your head, and it make you feel like you're janky. You know, every time you turn around, there is mishaps, like you are just literally cursed. And it can feel like a blessing, it can feel like a curse. But when you have gone through things, and you really have gone through things in life, like I've said before, you come into this world to destruct or, you know, discourage, or you come into the world to love or evolve, or, you know, you get into other people towards that. You know, you in that leader position where there's going to be a lot of people. I don't want to say, you know, leaders, because it made me feel like we're the cults and stuff like that. Ain't in the organized religion, but it's like you're going to have that following where you're on that peak of really the precipice, whatever you want to call it, or the cusp of going into that foundation of a lifestyle or experience, or even within yourself, that you never thought you would be open up to. This could have been a plan for you, or this could have been a plan, or even when your plans are, it's some part of your purpose that you played into a prior life that you probably still had loose ends on. Everything is tying up right now. So things are not really making sense depending, but there's also a lot of things that's making so much sense. It's like, oh, I had to be able to go through that. You're going through mishaps, like you just feel like everybody turning on you. Since I said that, this is a spiritual hiccup. You really going through where different things where people really turning on you, or it's just even the way you're speaking, it can be very intense for people. Like, man, look, I'm not open on that. You got to understand, when you are that light and you're stepping up, we have to be able to understand not everybody's on that healing vibe. You know, that some people don't want to heal right now, or some people are on that journey where they're trying to find out a way to heal, you know, a healthy way. Is like, I tried this, I tried that, now it's time for me to try something else. You know, you're going through that. I had to go through, understand where I always felt like when I was on my healing journey, everybody had to be a part of that journey too. You know, it's just like straight judgmental towards people. Now come into my life, like, we all got our issues. We all got, you know, things that we're being atoned for. And we all got our vices. You know, we're nowhere near perfect. We're not. You know, there's some of us that's working on, you know, our issues. And, you know, you really trying to allow yourself bit by bit. Every day you're allowing yourself to be more open. Even you're speaking to the universe, I want to be open towards anything God has for me, whether it's a lesson or a blessing. But it's still going to be a blessing anyway, because you learn so much for those experiences, even when there's different times where you feel like you can't make it. You know, there's different times, you know, you sit up here and tell the universe, I am tired, I am tapped out. You can have like about 30 hours of sleep, but if you know you've been going through different things where you've been releasing, you know, you've been holding up boundaries, you've been saying no, you ain't going into depth about different things that where your your path is taking you. A lot of people may not even understand your path. Hell, sometimes we don't even understand it, but it's not meant for other people, because your journey is your journey, just like their journey is their journey. You trying to make sense of things, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to understand yourself, understand where your place is in life, and you're going through these different growths that are truly going to be beneficial towards us in so many different ways. And it's just like when you're learning from these things, and it's just like, I look at different things, it's like, wow, I see where there's different parts of my life where I did not add love to myself. I see different parts of my life where I constantly put my happiness on the back seat. There's different times I see myself love bombing other people, love bombing myself. And a lot of times I had to go through that and just understanding like why a lot of times relationships can go good, and all of a sudden either I find myself messing it up, ghosting, or you're cheating, or different things like that. And there'll be a lot of times you have to be in that understanding of your life. There's sometimes people are always, they've been hurt, they've been neglected, they've been abandoned, and a lot of times we're bleeding on people that didn't even cut us. So in our mind, let me go ahead and sabotage this so I can brace that hurt, so I can go ahead and place it on somebody else before they do it to me. I'd be in an understanding of that, because there's sometimes I've been in perfect relationships. It was like perfect for me, and it could have been, whether it's a friend, companion, or even, a partner, and there'll be different times where I've seen where I was not used to that careness. This is something I prayed for. I wanted somebody to have understanding, trust, it's going to be good to me, I'm going to be good to them, and I want that relationship where we can grow together. And they see, either I sabotage it or it's the person I'm with. And then I had to understand there's some times in our life where we fear that, because we've been in that situation where people just left without no notice, not with even a Dear John letter or a Dear Jackie letter, or you're just going through those different things where you're seeing where those relationships come at, where you had to be at that situation where I even had that trust issues, because I have in my mind said, shoot, if family can do this to you, people that you really loved and cared for would have did anything for you, had no problem with seeing where you weren't cut at in the back, and find a place where they can make their mark. Say, hey, see, that's mine right there. Be one of those things. And now it's just like I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with that. It would be, I started, especially when I got on this journey, I was, I had a lot of different people I was mixing in. I had live and stuff like that, or sub for sub. So I was meeting so many different people. And it's still a blessing. I can look back at that and I'm just like, oh, wow. I've grown so much. I came from that. Even when my circumstances really haven't changed, it's just the mindset about my circumstances have changed. And being able to open up my life and be very transparent about it. Talk about different things. And I tell people, when you're a YouTuber and you're an influencer, and it takes a lot for that. You're coming up, some people have a gimmick or whatever you want to, or whatever your content is going to be about. And there's a lot of people that have gone through different things. You see a lot of the tarot or the meditation or the narcissism, or different people, talking about dealing with witches or overcoming witchcraft and stuff like that. I see a lot of different stuff that goes into that, or even the act of kindness. That's like that's my content on my timelines when it comes, especially when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that. And just being able to grow and connect with other people. But then it gets to that point where it gets kind of lonely. But then it's just like I'm noticing how my attraction of what I used to be compared to what I am now. It's like if I'm lonely, it'll be just like, you're not going to be lonely all the time. There are going to be different people. Just be, I'm just grateful I'm just not attracting the toxicity that's in. A lot of time we connect with different people that got the same issues as us, so we can be able, we walk around subconsciously projecting and deflecting on a lot of things, don't even realize that it became the norm for us. So when you had to connect with somebody who's doing the same thing you're doing, it's like, oh, that is not attractive, that's not cute, or this is what that feels like. You had to be able to go through that to be on the receiving end of different things, so it can trigger something within you. It's like even your triggers, you have people in your life that goes out their way And it has nothing to do with you, even when you're the main target. It has nothing to do with you on how people would pick. But there'll be something inside of you that these people really crave to want for their own, or really, I want that, you know, and not really. Listen, I don't know if you heard that. You heard my cat just, you know. I want that in my life, and not really understanding the sad part of us as individuals. We don't realize we already have that. You know, you just had to be around people that were comfortable in their uniqueness of being rare and living authentically, you know. And that's why a lot of times when we're not able to do that, you see a lot of people wearing masks. It's comfortable with being a person I want them to, you know, me to be. You know, I got so many different faces. I got so many different personas. I got so many different titles, you know, so many different finesse vibes, vices, whatever. And then it gets to that point where, you know, you had to go through those things and the mask totally falls off. Or now you and you're just in your vibe, where you a spiritual assassinator. You know, you, like I said, you having out dharma and karma. And there's a lot of people where you don't even know your initial contact of your strength, especially when you standing in it and your authenticity. You don't realize that people are coming into direct hit with you that is trying to base their personal fear, attentions, or motives, or whatever they have coming towards you. This is the things that they fear. You know, I go through my experience where I've seen a lot of people that have gone through a lot of extensive mishaps in life. You don't want to use certain words we can't have, where you use that and they place that on me. And these are not even my fears. You know, it's like, oh, you know, fear of being liked, or fear of being a people pleaser, or I was doing it external validation, but it gone through those different things where what I think of me is important. You know, if I'm trying to be a good person, and, you know, and I have, you know, going through my transition, you know, I can see where my low points are, and I can see where my high points are. Or if I have not yet acknowledged those different things that is yet to be revealed to me, I can say, okay, I'm opening myself up to learn. You know, when you are really on that spiritual path and you're just like, you know, universe, God, source, whoever you go to for worship or whatever, or whoever you go to pray to, asking, I want these things to be revealed to me, because so many things, you get signs every day, whether you're paying attention or not, either through people, conversations, topics, numbers, you know, different pictures, or content, whatever a subject is revealing something to you about yourself, whether these are things that have not yet take place. You know, omen always doesn't have to be negative, but these are the different parts of your growth. You're going through different things. You're seeing how when people are envying you because, you know, whether you're standing in your truth, you're being authentic, then people want to send this towards you. Now you're getting to that point where you're heavy in your intuitive, you're heavy in your spiritual thoughts. Whatever your spiritual gifts are is intensifying. And also as well, when you're doing more healing, you're making space for the better in your life. You don't realize your gift switch is just popping on. You're transmuting, transition. You're going through, you know, deep fragmentation. You're getting away from all the old things that's no longer resonating with you anymore. So you're losing people. This is not a part of you. They had access to them. They had access to you as you had access to them where you were. Now it's like you're leaving them at their, you know, where they're at, and you're parting ways. They're doing their thing, you're doing your thing, you know. And like I've said before, we can't sit here and wait for somebody. That's not your job to do. We plant seeds of experience, you know. We talk about different things, and if it's meant to be, this is going to carry on to that next chapter, that next level. You know, these are the different things that took you towards that. You had to be able to go through that, even when you're breaking off different things. I've learned so much from the people that I've detached from, whether it was good or bad. Now I see it. Now I don't categorize it in a negative thing, even when it has been like, oh Lord, that was traumatizing. It was a lesson I had to learn. You know, I was that person. I didn't believe in myself. You know, I didn't have that confidence. You know, trying to find myself. But, you know, being, you know, not using discernment when I say certain things. It's just, you know, because people are like, girl, you always say what's on your mind. I'm like, that's how you're supposed to be. Because I always felt that way. If you spoke your mind all the time, that you just keeping it real. But a lot of times you don't use discernment. You don't know how it may come out, how it may sound. Or it could be you have one intention, but somebody just, you know, took it as another, but that's not also your fault either, you know, because it's like you can't assume it's like, oh, okay, what I meant by, you know, because a lot of times, you know, it'll be certain things I even discuss on here, and I don't want people to take it to a certain, you know, certain way, especially if it's down low, you know, low vibrational. Sometimes people, if they that way, that's all they're gonna see it anyway. And if it's opposite, it's gonna trigger something within them to say and do something negative. But it'll be just those times where I can be transparent. I'm like, yeah, I didn't love myself. I can see that by the choices I took. The different things that I allowed myself to entertain or condone, or allowed myself to continue to be around. And yeah, I may be by myself now, but it'll be at that point I'm no longer, you know, I have a handful of people that I'll talk to. I have a handful of people I hang with, you know, but it'll be those different things where I can say, you know what, even when it's lonely, that means that I'm no longer attracting those old things. You know, a lot of times I'm like, why do I keep attracting narcissists? There may be some narcissistic traits that you still hanging on to. There may be some narcissistic ways you still moving in. You know, or there may be times where you had to find out where every part, I mean, you're finding so many different definitions of narcissists. You had to go through so many different situations of manipulation and love bombing. There'll be a lot of people that you chose to be around because you felt like, or you forced yourself to be around just like this family. Oh, I have to do that. No. You know, I tell people, there have been so many times where I had one-on-one to be like, Roslynn, I'll go through this. Any person into your life, now it's different when you were a child, and please seek counsel for that. You know, but there are certain things as a person where if it's like every time I'm around you, you're draining. Every time I'm around you, you always kind of belittle me. Like I'm, you know, your source to make you feel empowered by trying to make somebody look small. And it got to that point, if that became an everyday thing to you, and it's becoming where, you know, we can do that subconsciously, unsubconsciously, and there'll be some times people are just like that. But when you had to be able to go through that, where you say, these ain't your people. You know, people that love you, they're going to encourage you. They're going to instill that strength in you. They're going to remind you of that. They're going to let you know you got that support. They want to see you do better. They're not going to send you in different directions. They ain't going to make you second guess yourself, make you feel like you're not loved, or, you know, these different things that nothing beautiful can come from your life. Nothing magical can come from your experience. These are the different things that when you start to heal, you start appreciating those things. So when it comes to in life where you're at the peak of your life, where things are going really good, and this blessing is supposed to it's supposed to create something very massive in your life. So you had to be able, before you stepped on that journey, on that vibe, that frequency, you had to be able to go through these. So when this time comes and you already see, these are the type of people that would have kept you away from your blessings. These are the type of ones that would have took full advantage of you, and by the time you got this blessing, it would have been gone, just because you had so many attachments to where people see that they take your kindness for weakness. You're that giver. Now it's going to be at that time where you constantly gave, and universe had to be able to show you can't give to everybody because you don't know what you're receiving back. You know, a lot of people are going to be generous enough for that, but there's a lot of people, when they see you as an empath, we get sniffed out a lot, where you can see where manipulation plays heavy in certain situations like that. So you're going through these intense things. So you're creating a powerful blueprint, not just for yourself, but the generation, the future generation you got, or the current one you're having, because we don't realize how much healing and upgrading we're doing. You don't know where that is, like, it becomes a pandemic. I don't know if you even want to use that word, but that would be a good pandemic where, you know, where you can be a part of your generation or your bloodline or your lineage and really go through something and be that one that was chosen to be able to heal the things that we became very tolerable to and very normalized. We normalized certain things that should have been cut off a long time ago. So you had to be able to go through these things. This is how we are taught, but this is also how you live like a warrior as well. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I hope you have a blessed, safe week. You know, I think it's Wednesday, so, you know, but just sending love and blessings towards your way. If you would ever like to drop a contribution or a donation or even just a blessing towards my way, the Cash App is there. If you would ever want to email me as well, the email is there in the description box below. Please be responsible and safe for every single thing you do. I'm sending so much love and blessings towards you. Whatever small victories you have, please congratulate them and celebrate them in a very big way, because you have come so far. Do not quit, even though things may be going certain ways where everything is up in the air. You don't know where it's leading you. Just have faith that it's leading you towards a place that you never imagined. So keep going, stay persistent, keep loving yourself, being open towards every possibility of blessings in every way can reach you. And so with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, shalom. I say God bless, peace, and talk to you later.